The larger you have, the more money you make.
Are there already buyers? Are you guys going to sell it for us? How are you going to get your buyers? Are you saying that the moment we start harvesting like this, there are people that are ready to buy?
There is always a buyer for cocoa.
Hmm.
I've never seen any cocoa farmer that is looking for buyer. Buyer will be the one
Looking for the
scrambling
seller,
to get
the
where
farmer.
to get it.
Hmm.
The demand is
Is
more than
what I
what we
want
can
to
produce.
supply. Do you think it is worth it for me to put in 100 million on a cocoa business and wait for 3 years before I start making money?
It's a cash crop and a long-term crop. You can no long-term crop, you just plant and start making money immediately. It's a business that if you have large fund, put it there. The large fund, put it there. The risk is low. Once if you feel it's now declining, then you can do what? You can replant. You replant it and it just keeps going that way. The human beings will always eat till they die.
Hello, investors. Thank you so much for joining us on these channels. We've actually, put out a lot of materials online as regards Next Generation Farm City, our latest project as a company, Robotics International Limited. And you all know that Next Generation Farm City is land banking plus agriculture. And in all our inquiries, all our questions, most of you are like, Robotics International Limited, you people are only known for real estate. Which one is agriculture? How do you want to do? What is your plan for the project? Are you a farmer? And I've answered a lot of investors telling them that no, we are not a farming company, but however, collaboration over competition rules the world. So because of in recent time, a lot of our investors, we notice that they don't want to just buy land and go. People want more, they want icing on the cake. So we need to now go back to our drawing table and look at how we can actually add value to all our clients home and abroad. So and that was what brought about Next Generation Farm City. Land banking plus agriculture, it's an opportunity for you to own land, and while you wait for it to appreciate, now just not just owning land now, multiple plots of land. While you wait for it to appreciate, you actually also earn passive income through agriculture. So that's the model we have created. You buy the land, you own it forever, but while you wait for it to appreciate, you also earn passive income annually through agriculture, which is our cocoa and plantain investment. So because of all these inquiries of, oh, okay, who is going to handle the farming? Are you sure you're going to get your return on an annual basis and all? So we decided to bring on board our farm consultant, today in the studio to answer all your question, and also you can also hear from his own experience as a farm consultant for so many years, so that you can be rest assured that it is guaranteed that you are going to get your annual return if you invest in Next Generation Farm City. Thank you so much for joining us on the channel. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share as we'll be bringing in more content to your view on this particular channel. So today with me, I have my guy here at the top. He's going to introduce himself to you. He's actually the lead consultant at Agrobosco Nigeria Limited. He's a seasoned farmer. He's a farmer. He has money. Oh. He's a seasoned farmer. Before I remember the day I met him, he was like, "Man, I cannot do any other thing aside farming." So these are the people that they've known the foundation of making the real money, and they have been running after it ever since. He's a billionaire. I don't mind him, but anyways, we are here to hear from him directly. He's this company that has collaborated with Robots International Limited to actually handle this project. And trust me, you know that don't bring nonsense to you. We go and ensure we've done our own search on him, and he has been doing it. He knows farming like the back of his hand. So permit me to let him introduce himself. Here at I have Mr. Bosco here. He's the MD of Bosco Nigeria Limited. So let's hear from him. So Mr. Bosco, please introduce yourself properly to all our investors.
Thank you first. Thank you for hosting me. My name is John Bosco, and I'm the MD of Agrobosco Nigeria Limited.
All right.
Okay, so
Okay,
thank you.
okay, you can hear his name is John Bosco. He's the MDC of Agro Bosco Limited. So, Mr. Bosco, first off, what's your take on farming generally? And also tell us how long you have been doing this.
You see, farming has gone beyond the old ways. Yeah, in our forefathers back then, they see farming as what you just do when you're hungry. You just go farm, subsistence farming. You just pick up some seeds, you go behind your house, then you farm, but just a little expanse of land. But now farming, there was a time farming was a major drive for our economy. Back
Exactly.
then, in cocoa
Yeah.
years and before the oil
Advent of
came
oil.
in,
Yeah.
and we left that and pursued oil. So you see, farming needs to be seen as a business
Exactly.
first. What your major, what you should look out for, your major interest should be passion.
Mm.
Whatever you have passion
For.
for, then you keep moving.
Mm.
There are ups and downs in business, but that passion drives you, keeps you going. Then money can later come in. But first, you need to see agriculture as a business.
Mm.
It's a business. When you see it as a business, then you think outside the box.
Okay.
Okay, so basically, professionally, I've been into this business 14 years.
For how many years?
Professionally, 14 years.
Wow.
14
14.
years
So you have 14
professionally.
years experience in.
Exactly.
Oh, wow. Do you have like a background? Is it that you studied? Did you go to school to study agriculture, or did you just wake up one day and see? You saw freelance and you started farming and you started learning from there? Is there like a certification to this your experience?
Yes, definitely. My background is soil science.
Wow.
Uh,
You studied soil science in
yes,
school.
yes. From a Federal University of Agriculture.
Oh,
To UNAB.
okay, in Abeokuta.
Yes,
Fantastic.
now FUNAB. Okay, so then from there I moved to a research institute, an international research institute, where I gathered more knowledge. It's
You
something
mean
you
the
do.
international research in Ibadan? That
Yes,
very
that
big.
International Institute of
That,
Tropical Agriculture,
wow.
IITA. Okay, so I got my exposure, my major exposure to see
See,
agriculture as a business.
business. Mm.
You see, so every part of agriculture is money.
Mm.
Every value chain of agriculture
Is
is money.
money. Mm.
Whatever crop you are into is money.
Mm.
So when I got there, I was exposed
To
to
a lot
seeing agriculture as a business.
business.
I
Mm.
picked up so many things there. So from there, I picked up and I said, okay, you know what? Why not invest this knowledge in yourself
Mm.
and start making money
Money
from
for.
it?
Mm.
And then Agrobosco was born.
For. Mm. Wow. Wow, fantastic. Talking about soil science. Now, when you say soil science, now that means I want to believe that that's the study of soil.
Exactly.
So now
So
I believe that probably you know more about a soil that will be proper for each crop. So you know that okay, this particular soil is it, so let me just ask you, do you mean that all soil are okay to plant anything?
not all soils are okay. Basically, the ones they call the arable soil, loamy soil, anyways. But basically, the soil nutrients, chemical properties of the soil
Mm.
are the major things you look out for. You see, that would show you how fertile the soil is. That's the soil fertility, how fertile it is. When you take a soil, you need first thing you do your soil test. You take soil samples, you do your soil test. There are different soil sampling techniques. You take your samples, you do your soil test analysis, you get the result and so. Then basically what soil does, what the soil tests, and what it does, it gives you why you are doing it is basically to know the the composition,
Mm.
nutrient composition, chemical properties of the soil.
Right.
Whatever, for example, you have nitrogen, you have phosphorus, potassium,
Mm.
some micronutrients and so. So there are these parameters. Crop is just like, let me use an example. We human beings,
Yeah.
we did 6 classes of food, and we say
Yeah.
protein,
Protein, fat and oil,
carbohydrate, fat and oil, and the
vegetable.
rest. Yeah. But most times, as humans, we are Africans, we focus on
Carbohydrate,
protein,
and
carbohydrates.
carbohydrates. Yeah.
Then we ignore
Ignore other
other essential
classes.
nutrients, which are very, very essential.
Oh,
It has to be a balanced diet,
right. Yeah.
but we focus on protein. Once we have protein, carbohydrates, fat, and oil, just fuel, then we are good to go. The same thing applies to plants, even animals.
Mm.
Okay, so there are essential nutrients
That's
that are needed by the plants
to grow.
for optimal yield,
Mm.
optimal production.
Mm.
You see, for balanced diet,
Diet.
just the way, let me borrow that.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you do the test, it tells you if the nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, or whatever parameter is involved,
Mm.
what you have in the soil,
Mm.
is it enough to grow
Oh.
the
Mm.
plant
Mm.
or the crop? Is it enough?
Mm.
Now, or is it in excess, or is it lacking? That is basically to tell you the status of the soil, chemical
Cool.
properties, that's the nutrients available in the
The
soil.
soil.
If it is okay
Okay, for the kind of yield
for
you are looking
growing
for.
the crop
Crop,
for
okay.
optimal yield,
Yield.
or
And
it is lacking,
you want
not
to
enough, or it is in excess.
excess.
When you now get that result, it will now tell
Tell
you
you.
how to balance your soil for optimal yield, optimal production. Now, if the nitrogen is low, you can now take nitrogen,
And
you
add
add
to
to
it.
it
Mm,
according
according to the
to the
test.
soil
Test.
result.
Mm,
According to the soil result, to balance the rate, yield, rate, and quantity. Same thing, phosphorus or any other parameters. If there are ones that are okay, there won't be need. If there are one that are excess,
mm,
then there will be need to reduce. There are what you use. There are things you use to reduce that.
mm, mm,
Basically, what you are trying to achieve is to have a balanced nutrient for optimal yield and production of the crop. Remember the keyword. You are into farming.
farming.
So yield matters a
That's a
lot
lot.
as a
That's the
farmer.
most important thing.
That's the most important thing for farming.
Mm.
Yield matters a lot. When you have good yield, then your profit, your income does what? It moves.
So primarily now, any soil can yield anything.
Yeah, I mean, there are not all soils,
Soil.
not all soils.
Are there some types of soil that might not yield?
Yeah, it's just taking like a sandy soil.
Okay, the one that is
Too
close to
porous. Yeah,
the
too porous.
ocean.
Yeah, you know, sandy soil, those are too porous. You see, you need the soil. Basically, soil is a substrate.
Okay.
Basically, what the function of the soil is basically to hold nutrients,
Mm.
water,
Mm.
use it, then plant.
Mm.
Mm?
Mm.
It will hold the nutrient water needed for plants
To grow.
to grow. It's a substrate,
Mm.
just like the way you use cocoa peat, the way you use sawdust and so on. So
Mm.
that is it. So you need a soil that will be able to hold it and not leak
Yeah.
the nutrients too
Mm.
much,
Mm.
leak away the nutrient of the water. It has to hold it and not holding it too much, not like clay soil.
Mm.
You say clay soil will be too hard also. So you need something arable, something like loamy
Mm.
soil
Mm.
that will be able to hold, then aeration too.
Mm.
Breathing air will be able to go into the root and out. It will
Mm.
be able to hold water. It will be able to, that is optimal there. It will also be able to hold nutrients.
Mm.
So that's type of soil
Soil.
that's good for it. But
Mm.
there are ways of
Enriching
enriching
this
the
soil
soil.
to give it the optimal yield that you want.
Yes, there are ways of enriching the soil the soil to have
The kind of nutrients.
the composition.
Sun. Yeah.
The composition. There are ways of getting it. You can build a soil. You can work on a soil
Mm.
by adding like maybe compost.
Post. Mm.
So just basically to have that percentage of
Okay.
aggregation
Okay. Mm.
to be able to hold water and nutrients.
Wow. So what was your experience at IIT like? Having a 14 years experience that's more than one decade of experience in agriculture is not like it's not a child's joke. There must have been a lot of hard work, research, and probably some other thing you've done to make you a pro in your industry. Do you understand? So what was your experience at IIT? What does IIT do? What function did you play there that make you aggregate all this experience over the years?
Yeah, when I was with IITA, we were holding we basically it's a practical thing, a routine. It is a daily thing we do,
Okay.
working with the scientists,
Mm.
and we're training. We're like training outgoers. We're also writing business plans,
Mm.
proposal, and the rest. So at the same time, so basically, we were being taught how to see agriculture as a business, the
Business
business part of
part of
agriculture.
agriculture. Mm.
Okay, then I also held some positions there
Mm.
under the youth in agriculture. I also held some positions there, and so basically we were working hand in hand with the scientists,
Mm.
and we served like a bridge,
Bridge. Mm.
a bridge, between research and
And
farmers.
farmers. Mm.
You see, so when a variety is released officially, we are able to get it. Then we do what? We do multiplication. We multiply that planting material. so that farmers can have access to it in large quantity. IT is a research institute, and they also have the business incubation platform where they're now into business, but basically a research, and they have their core mandate crops which they are into. Okay, so
Wow.
it was
So,
it was really nice.
oh, fantastic.
Yes, it was really nice and
So
educating.
it's safe to say that our investors are in the right hands.
Very well.
Fantastic. I hope we all heard that. Now let's talk about the business of it, which is the cocoa and plantain farm investment. What's your take on cocoa as a crop from your own years of experience generally?
Cocoa is everybody knows cocoa. There's money in cocoa.
Hmm. There is
Even
money. You can hear that
there's
there's
money in
money
cocoa. There was a time it was driving our economy well.
in the,
Even in
I think in
Ibadan,
the
this
60s
yeah,
thereabouts.
exactly. So till today, your beverages and the rest it's made from cocoa.
Hmm.
Okay, so and for the past about 4 or 5 years ago, um, it was the curve was kept going up.
Oh, you mean in the international market now?
Yes, international market kept going up for like 4 or 5 years
Hmm.
before it reduced a bit. So it got to an extent, even the local farmers refused selling.
Hmm.
So because they refused, the demand then,
What-
even till now, is
more
more
than
than
the
what
supply.
we can supply.
Hmm. Can hear that's an
Demand
opportunity
both
there.
locally
Hmm.
and international is even more than what farmers, Nigerian farmers, can produce, can
Hmm.
supply. So there's a whole lot of expanse. There's a whole lot of
Opportunity.
opportunity
Hmm.
in cocoa.
Cocoa. Hmm.
Cocoa is a cash crop.
Hmm.
Once you grow it, once it starts the gestation period, once it starts producing, you just go to sleep. Then you start to cash out.
Hmm.
That's why they call it a cash crop. You
Cash
just
out,
keep,
cash crop,
you just go
grow, harvest,
harvest, sell,
sell,
go
grow,
harvest,
harvest,
sell
sell. Hmm.
for
Many
30
years.
years,
In fact, I was
35 years.
watching a video and that woman said that a cocoa tree can even last for up to 70 years.
Yes, but the yield will decline as
Time.
the
Oh,
as
so it's just like human
the
beings
peak
too.
of
As you begin
yes.
to produce, you get to a
Yeah,
point
so
you
you
begin
know the
to
curve won't just keep
keep
going
going
up, but
up.
it
Okay,
has
get
to
to a
get to a
point.
place,
So
then
it's also going
start
back to its
reducing.
normal, like
Exactly.
as if it's dying.
Yes. So
Hmm.
same way with other crops, not
Hmm.
only major most cash crops.
Wow. Even
Most
palm
cash
too.
crop, palm. Yes,
Wow.
exactly.
So it's safe to say that let's say it start from the introduction stage, the growth, the maturity, then decline.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you. So
So when I say introduction, that time you're introducing to the soil,
mm,
then you start growing, then it gets to maturity stage, then it start declining. So that means let's say give or take an active lifespan of cocoa is say 35 to 40 years.
yes, yes.
Fine.
Average.
On average.
Yes.
So that means in the next 35 to 40 years, if you have a cocoa farm, you can be sure that you are cashing out big time.
Well, back then, our forefathers then what they used in training
Most of us.
most of the billionaires now
Mm.
was cocoa farm.
Mm.
They were farmers then,
Mm.
big farmers time then. Even though Yojoko's dad, they were big time farmers.
Mm.
The Dangote
Mm.
started with what?
Mm.
The Dangote is a farmer till today. Is richest in Africa.
Mm.
So many of them. So many of them. Obasanjo is a farmer.
I dey cut so for una now. Oh, na so they dey
Obasanjo
make
is a
their
farmer.
money. Mm.
So many of them.
Mm.
They have these people have,
Large farms that we don't
oh
know.
my God.
They have acres.
Oh my God.
Mm.
Even the Oba Olubadan, Oba Ladoja,
Mm.
Olubadan of Ibadan,
Mm.
has vast land of
Cocoa,
not even cocoa
other
land for
crops.
yes.
Mm. For agriculture.
Along it, he has about 6,000.
Mm.
Then
Acres
yes, grown with about 2,000 cashew. Back then, I was opportune
to work.
to go and help establish some of the crops there for him. So these people have invested a lot and they are making their
Make
money
money.
there. It's like they just go to sleep, then it's something you do when you're tired or you retire, your children,
You
they
continue to even
also
eat
keep
from it. Mm.
harvesting, they keep cashing out, taking money from it. It works for like you just keep growing it. Once
Mm.
if you feel it's now declining, then you can do what? You can replant.
Mm.
You replant it and it just keeps going that way.
Mm.
See, human beings will always eat till they die.
Mm.
You can't do without food.
Food.
Just where you can't do without water.
Mm.
Yeah. So it's a sector that can never be outdated, can never go, except you don't want to
As
eat.
long as everyone had
You
eaten,
must eat.
mm.
You have to eat.
Mm.
If you don't eat, you want to die. I mean, you're ready to die.
It was
So you must. So it's a business, a venture. It's a place where when you put in your money, you can rest assured that people eat every day.
Mm. Mm.
So there are so many things you can use the cocoa or the maybe palm or whatever the crops.
Mm.
There are ways. There are what how do I the value you can add to it.
Mm.
There are so many value additions to it.
Mm.
Processing, then you get different
Mm.
products.
Mm.
So it's something. It's more like even a staple crop.
Mm. Mm.
In every home, they use beverage. So
So
it's a lot of money
so the
demanded.
market is huge.
Huge, both
Like
locally
you
and
said, the
internationally.
demand will always outweigh the supply.
Definitely.
For example, now I
For
was making a research and I get to know that Nigeria is like the fourth largest producer of cocoa as of today. I think is it in Africa? Yes, I think Ghana is number one. I think Ghana is big on
yeah,
cocoa. Is it Ghana or Ivory Coast? I can't really remember
we used to surpass them back then.
in those days. But it was the advent of the oil now.
Oh
All our people, all our farmers don't come out. Everybody go they do oil. But they forgotten that the real oil itself is even the cocoa itself.
yeah.
Because even now, the oil now is very soon, in the next 10 years, with the advent of these AI electric vehicles now, there's even there will be a reduction in the use of oil.
Yes, it's now declining. So
Meanwhile, the
massively,
real oil, which is cocoa, the demand is still more than
it
the
will keep
supply
going. It will
because
keep
it
going,
is
just like a
food,
gold.
it's consumption.
It's just like a gold. So it will keep increasing.
So now let's talk about let's talk about the exporting of cocoa. Like you said, it's a cash crop.
Mm.
Now, by the time, because some of the questions some of our investors are they already buyers? Are you guys going to sell it for us? How are you going to get your buyers? Do you understand? Can you tell us how that works? Is it that are you saying that the moment we start harvesting like this, there are people that are ready to buy?
There is always a buyer for cocoa.
Hmm. Can get that.
There is always a buyer for cocoa. Even they are outgrowers for cocoa.
Hmm.
Once they harvest, there are buyers local that even buy local and export. The demand, like I said, is
It's
more than
more than
what we
what
can
can
produce.
supply. Hmm.
I've never seen any cocoa farmer that is looking for buyer.
Hmm. Can get that.
Have a produce or you have your cocoa bean. I've never seen any guy saying, "Oh, I
And
need
they find
someone to come."
buyers.
I'm looking. No, I've never.
Hmm.
You will be the one sourcing and looking for where to get so
Cocoa.
tons. You
Hmm.
a large
So now then go they
quantity.
will they find the farm self
You will be the one. The buyer will be the one
looking
scouting,
for the
scouting
seller,
to get
the
where
farmer.
to get it.
Hmm.
Not the farmer. Once you have it, there's already made buyer.
That want to buy.
They will buy.
Hmm. That's another guarantee that your return is guaranteed because as long as there are buyers, it's not like I say we will be telling you that no wait oh, we've not seen buyer for this produce. So
Just
that means even before we even say okay oh, we have harvested, there are people that are already lining up that want to buy.
exactly. You just have the farm.
Hmm.
Just have the farm. The larger you have,
The-
the more money you make.
I was about going there. Now, when we tell our investors that don't buy 1 acre, they say no, let me start with 1 acre, let me see how it goes. And please expand on that, the larger you have, the better money you make.
You see, most of the buyers, they go for large producers.
Mm, mm.
Do you know why?
Why?
They want a producer that can supply them constantly. They
Steady
need a steady supplier.
supplier.
So once you tell them I have 50 acres of
Oh, mm.
they will just book it. You won't be. They need someone who has it in large
Large
quantity.
quantities.
When those farmers that don't have it in large quantity, they gather them together
Mm,
and sell.
mm.
Someone comes, maybe a third
Because
party, a middleman comes, gathers
gather it and
and sell
sell
to
to
them.
them.
But once they hear
So
that you
you
have
have
in
it.
large quantity,
They want to do business with you directly.
they want to work with you
And you
directly.
determine your price.
Yes.
Mm.
Most times you determine your price because you have them,
You
you
can
can supply steadily.
steadily. Mm,
They want someone because their production has to keep going.
mm.
They also have farms where they have to keep going and meeting up with consumers.
Mm.
So their production has to keep going. Therefore, they need steady supply of raw
Raw
materials.
materials. Mm. Mm. Mm.
So the
Fantastic.
target, they don't want to, once you tell them you have 50 acres or 100 acres, they are even willing to even give you more fund
Mm.
to establish, to expand.
Okay. Before we go, can we just quickly talk about the cocoa from the planting to gestation to maturity? Because most people are saying, why should I put now the question is, a lot of investors, one of the questions is, why should I put in money and wait for the next 3 years before I start yielding? And I tell them that it's a long-term investment. You understand? I want you to expatiate on that. Do you think it is worth it for me to put in 100 million on a cocoa business and wait for 3 years before I start making money? Do you think it's worth it?
Well, yes, there are, when people say that, you just need to explain to them and enlighten them. There are short crops, just short gestation crops,
Mm.
which you about 3 months or even less than 3 months. When you plant such, you grow them, you harvest them, you go
Go
through that
to
stress
let's say again
again.
of planting,
The capital will be involved
involved
again.
again.
Cocoa, once you make the major capital, getting your cultivars,
Mm.
seedlings, you transplant to
Mm.
field,
Mm.
you do your proper agronomic approach, management,
Mm.
the proper weeding, water, fertilizer,
And all those
adding
stuff.
fertilizer and the rest.
These ones.
Once you do that, then the subsequent ones won't cost fortune.
Mm.
Then once you start harvesting, it's just that you just go, you harvest, you pluck, you harvest. Then you deduct, you take away your whatever you spent,
Mm.
you take it away. The rest is
It's
your
all
profit.
the profit,
The
exactly.
second year you come again.
The
So
same thing.
basically, what you're going to keep doing is just the management, which
Mm.
when it's time for weeding, you weed. When it's
Again,
time for fertilizer, whatever
you have
whatever
fertilizer.
application you apply, water. You see, good approach,
Mm.
management approach,
Mm.
practice. You do that when it's time you harvest.
Mm.
You deduct your cost of workers and the cost of input.
Mm.
The rest becomes your profit,
Profit.
is your
Mm.
income. Okay, so it's a cash crop and a long-term crop. You can no long-term crop, you just plant
And start
and
making
start
money.
making money immediately.
Mm.
It's a business that if you have large fund,
It's
put it there.
mm.
A
Mm.
large one, put it there. The risk is low.
Low. God bless you.
The risk is low, not like the
The
short
risk
crops.
is low. You
The risk
understand?
is low, not like the short crops that you do. No, the risk is low.
And it is predictable.
Yes.
Mm.
So it will even keep increasing as
Mm.
long as the economy keeps going well. As long as everything keeps going up. So when you have huge fund, you have enough finance, you put it there. It's just like you're creating
Generational
a
wealth.
generational wealth
Mm.
for your unborn kids,
Yes.
grandchildren,
When we tell you that you can use it to plan retirement, you can use it to plan the future of your
and
children.
grandchildren,
Mm.
children, grandchildren.
Mm.
So you just go
Go harvest.
harvest,
That's it.
deduct,
Go harvest and sell.
sell,
Go. That's it. Go
bank.
harvest and sell.
You go, you harvest, take your
So
money to bank,
that
deduct.
means if you are telling me that it's something that will transfer into a generational wealth,
Mm.
then why wouldn't I want to wait for 3 years before I start making that wealth, right? So, and I will even told this investor that okay, why you even wait for your cocoa? Plantain is there. Can it even make it? Let's even talk about plantain now. Hmm? Let's tell us about the business part of plantain. How plantain now in 1 year time you can start harvesting your plantain and start making your money. You understand? Despite the fact that the money you make from plantain is way below the money you make from cocoa. You understand? So how is plantain doing in the market today?
Plantain is a staple crop.
Hmm.
Still, when I mean by staple crop is like a staple food to almost all families. It's
Is
There's
plantain
no family you get to.
at the
You
moment?
see, when people say plantain, they have 100 hectares, 200, 1,000 hectares of yeah. If they go into 500 hectares or 500 acres of plantain, won't there be glut? Would there be buyer or something? I tell them, no matter how much you produce plantain, when you go to the normal food vendor
Mm-hmm.
roadside, they tell
Mm-hmm.
them you want to buy a plantain 500 naira to put. You will see the little quantity they will
So
dish
give
out
to
for it.
you.
Then you keep wondering, is it that plantain is that scarce?
Mm. Mm.
a market. Okay, so that tells you that no matter how much you produce, it keeps portraying
Pushing.
itself. It's always scarce.
So
It's always
so when it
stable
comes
because
to anything
everybody eats it.
agriculture, the demand is always outweighing the
Everybody
supply.
eats it. So
Mm.
so and there are also value
Chain.
addition.
Mm.
You
Value
can
addition.
add value to it
Mm.
by processing it into maybe
Plantain
chips
chips.
or plantain flakes and the rest.
Mm.
The plantain flour.
Mm. Mm.
There's plantain flour. If you want to make your cake, if you want to make your bread,
Mm-hmm.
if you don't want to make 100%, you can do 40% composite.
Mm.
Plantain flour, you mix it with this.
Mm.
Heard
Mm.
diabetic people, they rush it.
Mm. Mm.
They rush it.
Mm. So one tree of plantain give us how many bunch of plantain?
A tree will give you one bunch,
Wow.
one big bunch. A tree will give you one big
So
bunch.
that means we have 250 trees now on our 1 acre now. Next generation farm. So that means they have 250 bunch of plantain.
Yes.
So and as of today, one bunch of plantain market price is like how much?
Market price, it depends on the location, but averagely, farm price is about 8,000. It can be up to 10,000. Can
Depending.
average, yes, average price. What
8,000
they sell plantain in Lagos is different from
from
what they
what they
sell.
sell in
But in
Ibadan.
what scenario, average price is
8,000.
because you have minimum of about 25 fingers per bunch.
Mm.
When
So
you
when you
go
say
to plantain,
fingers now, is those
yes,
on one
yeah,
bunch.
they call
Good.
fruit, yes. If you go to your streets or roadside, tell them you want to buy plantain 2,000, 3,000. You see how many
So they'll give it
fingers
two
you
or
get.
three bunch. They'll give it 3 finger.
Yeah, yeah. So do the calculation yourself.
Mm.
When you do the calculation, a bunch giving you minimum of
So
25
that, let's
fingers.
even say we not even peg it to that 8K. So if you do 8,000 times 250, 250 trees, that's about that should be about that's some millions there, right?
About 2.5 thereabouts.
Mm,
2.5.
mm, wow, that's a lot of money. 8,000 multiplied by 250, that's 2 million naira. Cool
Mhm,
cash
mhm.
for so imagine you
Okay,
have.
so
And how long does plantain also is it like a kind of how many years does it have a lifespan too?
yes, you see, when planting, when you plant, you transplant, you plant the suckers, the plantain or the plantlet, whichever type of cultivar you want to use. When the mother plant, that's the tree itself,
Mm-hmm.
once it starts flowering
Mm-hmm.
and you harvest, that particular tree will not produce fruit again. It's done.
Mm.
The potency becomes dormant. It
Mm.
will not be potent again. But what happens is that when plantain grows, it brings out what we call it brings out the daughter suckers.
Mm. It
You know,
reproduces itself.
it brings out daughter suckers, offsprings,
Mm.
sucker offspring. So the offspring replace the mother.
Mm.
So what that means is that when you're growing plantain, about maybe 5 6 months, it start bringing out an offspring
Mm.
that will replace the mother.
Mother. Mm.
If the mother has not started fruiting, it
Yes.
is still potent.
Mm.
The meristem is still potent. What it means that even though you cut the mother,
It will still come out and
it will
still
still
produce.
grow and
Produce.
produce. But once it produces, it will not produce
Produce
again. Then
again.
you can cut it down. So by 6 months, 5 6 months, the daughter suckers, that is the offspring,
It's trying to
starts
match
coming
up.
out. By the time you are ready to harvest the mother, the daughter suckers also would have gotten to about
About
6 months
6 months
old
old.
by then. So when you harvest the mother,
Mm.
in few months' time, the daughter will be ready for
So that one
maturity.
too will produce itself
But
too.
also, so it keeps going
Going
that
that
way.
level.
That
Mm.
is why some people, when they don't understand, they are back then our forefathers then,
Mm.
they tell you plantain. It permits me to say it in Yoruba that it moves.
Mm.
It moves.
Omari.
Omari.
Mm. Mm.
So what that does is what they didn't understand that if you plant plantain on a particular spot,
Mm.
if you come back in 5 years' time at that spot, marking out that spot, you would have seen it growing about
Somewhere
let's say 1 meter
far away. Mm.
away. It is the daughter. Once the mother sucker, the mother plant has
Produces.
produced, the daughter, the offspring starts
Comes.
coming up by the side. So it keeps the offspring to after producing, it will also bring out
Mm.
its own offspring.
Spring.
So gradually it keeps moving,
Mm.
moving, not that particular mother plant you planted from the onset
Onset.
is the
Mm.
one that moved. No, it is
So for how long can it keep
subsequent
doing that?
offspring.
For
It,
as, for as long as
for
possible.
as long as it doesn't fast, it just keeps going that way.
Wow.
Keeps going that way. When you're tired, you feel the particular position, spot
You
where you
can
have it. You want to have uniformity, you want, then you can now do what? You can now take the
focus.
offspring from here
Yeah, and
and
move it,
replant
plant it,
at that
spot,
particular spot where you have the original
original
mother.
mother.
If you
Mm.
want to maintain a neat farm,
Mm. 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 Mm.
with you,
So
you
now, with guaranteed annual income from planting and guaranteed annual income from cocoa after 3 years, you can be so sure that we are creating a generational wealth through this model.
definitely they are very very low. They have low risk.
Mm.
It's a low risk venture
Mm.
that you don't have to have an experience in agriculture or
To to to
to
to
venture
to
into it.
venture into it. Mm.
Yes, you don't. So basically, it's something you can go into and sleep with your two eyes closed.
You can hear that. You can
You
go
sleep
into
with
it,
your two eyes closed.
and that is why to all our investors, that's why we as Robotics International Limited, we are so particular about the crop that we actually choose from onset, and that is why we gave clusters. That okay, there are people that if you want us to farm for you, this is what we are doing: cocoa and plantain. Because and the reason why we chose that was because we don't want so much responsibility, and we want to do something that we can be able. This is a long term thing, next 10 years, next 20 years. You understand? So we want to choose something that we know that every year we can be accountable to all the investors. Yeah, and that's why, like you said, yet for me, it's something that it is with low risks. Once you plant it once, it's just one time. Plant it once, manage it, harvest. Plant I don't need after the first year, you don't need to plant again.
You don't need to
All
replant
you,
again.
what we now need to work on now is just the management, right?
Management.
Security, which is what we are bringing to the table. Security, no surveillance and all those stuff. No fear of herdsmen or anything on farm. We bring that. That's what the value we are adding. You understand? Our farm company, they do the farming and the management for you. You understand? And at the end of the day, we cash out the return. You make money, we make money, and everybody is smiling to the bank. A very sweet model, it's just as some of Nigeria, what has even burst my brain in all our FAQ is that, or all our frequent class questions is like, someone will come and say, the money I'm making from plantain is too small. It's not worth me dropping my money down. Even if it's only the plantain. So let's do the calculation. If you are making 2 million naira from 250 trees, and that's why he said the other time that ensure you buy in large quantity. So imagine you have, let's say you have 10 acres. That's 2 million times 10. That's sure 20 million naira. Imagine you have 50 acres. 2 million times 50, that's 100 million naira. With low risks, so sure, direct. This one is not, there's no boju boju here. You
No,
understand the
it's the
point?
calculation is there. You make it. How much do they sell plantain bunch that has minimum
Exactly.
of 25 fingers? You go to
And
market,
it's even
everybody
increasing
knows.
because the amount of plantain today is not the amount of plantain tomorrow.
Yeah, so everybody knows that you go, you ask, that you
Mm.
do the calculation yourself. No,
No, there's not.
no rocket science. It's you calculate your thing, you see it, number per tree, and it's no rocket science there. It's very, very feasible.
So thank you so much, Mr. John Bosco, for joining us on this particular session. I hope this has been able to clarify all our investors. Please note that we have if you feel that, oh, I'm not interested in your cocoa and plantain, I want to do palm, don't worry. There's room for independent farming. You want to do your thing. All we need to do is we will connect you to Mr. Bosco. He will help you draw out your plan. He can help you manage it. What we are doing as a company is cocoa and plantain farm investment. So if you want to join us on that, you know what to do. Send us a DM, call us. But also, if you feel that I'm not interested in your cocoa, I want to do cassava, why not? That's what they do. If you feel you want to do cashew nuts, that's what they do. Anything that you feel that, oh, I just want to buy the land and I want to also have my own model and this is what I want to do instead of doing cocoa and plantain. Like he said, every part of agriculture is money. Anything you can think of at all is money. Also, we also have people that probably are interested in livestock farming. There's also a cluster for it. You feel that no, me, is fishery I want to do, is piggery I want to do. We also have a cluster for it. And if you feel that no, I'm not even interested in any of this thing, I just want to buy the land, it's cheap. Let me just buy it and leave it. We also got you covered. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you very much. I feel that we have been able to, clarify all your doubts. You've seen Mr. Bosco. 14 years experience is not be being so. You understand? Like that was why I keep telling my investor, I'm not a farmer. However, I have collaborated with somebody, you know, that is a farmer. You understand? Just like in that Bible verse, a prophet told that woman that go and borrow vessel. That's what I've just done on behalf of all my clients. I've gone to, I don't have the farming experience. He does, and we've done collaboration to ensure that that your own investment is safe and secure. Like I said, it is very low. Me, I don't see if they've told me that I can plan my retirement. If you're in your 20s, this is the best way to plan your retirement. If you are a mother or you're a parent and you feel that you have small kids, you want to plan their future, this is also the best way to plan their future. So imagine you own 10 acres of cocoa and it's yielding about say 10 million naira for you annually, on 1 acre. 10 multiplied by 10, that's 100 million naira. No boju in this one. You get the person. Imagine you're saving that money in one account annually until probably the child is 15 or 20 years. Most of us don't have that opportunity, you know. But imagine you're giving that kind of opportunity to your child. Trust me, they would bless you. They will really not forget that. So the idea is plan your retirement if you are in 20s with it. Or better see if you're a parent and you're looking to plan your future of your children, this is the best fit for you. So thank you so much
Okay.
for this episode. Thank you so much for joining us,
Yeah.
Mr. John Bosco. Okay, you want to say something?
Okay. It's really worth investing. It's a
Good.
good event because the model,
Mm.
you have your land, you keep making money, and at the same time your
Land
land
is
keeps
appreciating.
keeps
That's even the
adding value
value on a daily basis.
on a daily basis.
Mm.
If you have 50 acres of land, you keep cashing out.
Mm.
Then by the time your child or your children or your grandchildren are ready, do you know what that land will
You
worth
are
by
up
then?
then. Mm. Mm.
Better than keeping
So
your
so
money
even if they say that they don't even want to do the farm, even the
you
land
can't
alone is enough asset
is an asset.
sitting down.
So you can't work forever.
Well,
You
exactly.
can't keep working for anybody
Mm.
forever. There will be a time where you just sit, relax, take your newspaper, you read. When it's time, you get your money, your bank.
All right. Thank you so much for listening to us, our viewers, all our investors. I hope you start making your deposits going forward. And we hope to hear from you very soon. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll be waiting to see you soon. Thank you. Bye for now.